Hey guys, it's Raquel and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a Dolly introduction with Faron, my little demon prince. So essentially what I do is I take a video to tell you guys about one of my dolls, give you guys a little bit of history about the doll, about the sculpt and his personality, traits, and so on and so forth that makes him who he is. So today we are talking about Faron. He is my demon prince. He is temperamental in both body and in personality. He's got this cute little crown. Let's see if I can show you guys this cute little crown of his, and he's got really cool uh, hair. And I don't know if you can see his eyes. I don't think you'll be able to because he's really temperamental. But if you can see his eyes, they're really pretty as well. They're like a goldy, sparkly. I know it's really hidden behind his black and gold hair, but it is what it is. So in terms of sculpt, he is a Resinsoul Sui and Tang. So I don't remember which part of his body is which, but Resinsoul Sui and Resinsoul Tang that have been combined. So his body is one sculpt and his head is another. Now, he has really cool bird like dragon like feet, which is really cool, which is why he's a demon. He also has a tail, but his tail unfortunately broke, so I kind of have to fix it. um his sculpt in general I really like in terms of the the subtle details in his hands. Like this, he's just a really simplistic but really nice sculpt, I find. But one thing I don't like is his mobility slash his stringing. I need to restring him, but that isn't just the only problem. He actually can't stand on his own because of how loose his joints are at the bottom. He can barely stand on his own without flopping over. And he's pretty much only good for a sitting position right now. I hope to fix this either by modifying and updating his body, maybe putting some rubber washers, silicone washers on his joints in order to help them not be so floppy or something along those lines. But all in all, I may end up just getting a new sculpt for him at some point. Not anytime soon because I've got tons of other dolls to deal with. But he is definitely one of my more rougher dolls in my collection. In terms of personality and stuff, he you can see like his head just goes like that drives me so nuts because I just want him to look at you guys. I want him to look nice, and he's just like no, no, no. So that's another thing I have to fix. He's a work in progress. He's a work in progress, but his personality is just as much of a pain in the ass. He is a very stubborn, hard-headed demon boy. He gets everything he wants because he's royalty, and he is spoiled rotten by his mother. Now, his father, on the other hand, is the typical kind of tyrant demon king who, expects him to take over the throne one day and get all abusive and shit. And but that's the story that he goes with. But because of that, he's scared of his father, but his mother dotes on him so much that he literally thinks that he can, do a better job than his father at being a king. He's very temperamental, a very bad boy, for a while until he meets a human who intrigues him deeply and is just like, I'm going to pester the shit out of you because you're human and you're beneath me, and I don't like you. And he ends up falling in love because it's those typical love stories. It's kind of like a Hades Persephone kind of idea in regards to his character and his story. And his girlfriend is actually up there. She's the one that entices him, but we'll get to her at another date. So yeah, so this is Farron. He likes to wear very um interesting clothing. So right now he's wearing these really cute pants. Um really nicely made with little frills and a bow. I'm not a fan of the bow, but I don't mind it, and I love these parts of his outfit. They're so cool in his little pocket. Like, he's very bejeweled, right? And his top is like that typical, like, you know, medieval shirt with the lacing, the gold lacing. I absolutely love it. And he is kind of a very fashionable boy. However, he also doesn't like wearing clothing a lot. But for the purpose of this video and the purpose of, I've dressed him in this outfit and I haven't taken it off him for like over 3 years. So this is technically his outfit. He's wearing it now. He has to wear clothing for formal, kingly and princely events where he has to be in the presence of his father and mother and, all that type of stuff. But he typically does not like wearing clothing, so he'll only wear pants and he'll just run around shirtless everywhere because he's just like, fuck that. I don't need a shirt. Shirt's inhibiting me and stuff like that. So he loves the fashion of it. Like, he does know he looks good in this outfit. He just hates the fact that he has to wear a shirt. Like, that's just how he is. He's very rude, very you could almost call him narcissistic in a way. But he grows to realize that it's not just all about him, it's about other people as well. And he does become more of a softer boy, especially around the human that he's taking interest in and around children, because a lot of my characters really like kids. And he's a closeted, really likes kids. He will, like, see little demon kids and, like, sneakily, like, he'll be like, I hate you, I hate you. I hate you. Shh, shh. Here's your ball. He makes it very clear that, like, to everyone that sees him, he's like this entitled brat of a prince who always gets what he wants and, like, doesn't really give a shit about your feelings or what type of situation you're in. But if he sees a kid and there's no one looking, he will make sure, to make the kid smile. And, he has a soft spot for kids. So yeah, he obviously, because as he's a demon, he has fire powers. He's got fire manipulation and also shadow manipulation. And in my storyline for him, in his history, is he obviously has a tail and these demon-like feet. But when he's in serious combat, where he needs to dip into the more, because, like, he acts like all demons act more human. At least the royal ones or the ones of noble status act a little bit more human than demon because they have, like, a humanoid form compared to other demons. He can tap into the more demonic side of him, which is when his eyes will go red and he'll sprout demon wings and he'll sprout horns and he'll go a little chaotic, let's just say. Like, he'll go, he kind of loses himself sometimes. So that's pretty cool for his character. I really like the concept I made for him. His background and everything isn't nearly as fleshed out as Anastasia. And even I think Lily has a little less background than he does. And that's just because I've had him for so long, and I've had the character for so long, and I haven't used the character in any writing in so long that I've kind of lost a little bit of what he is. And even when I created him, I never finished his character. The thing that I was making him for pre-Doll ended up, not happening. So I only have very small snippets of what he's like. So I definitely want to flush him out at some point, and give him more character. And not only in terms of his story and his background and everything like that, but also in his sculpt and stuff like that. Because as you saw before, like, his feet, there's, like, black paint on his feet from the previous owner, because I did buy him secondhand. And, like, obviously with the kinks in his head and stuff like that, I really, really want to work on him at some point. Right now, obviously I don't have my crafting room stuff set up yet, so I can't do craft time videos yet, so I want to wait until that's done, and then I'll start working on dolls. And if you have a doll of mine that you want to see me work on, just let me know in the comments, because I'm always up for suggestions on what you guys want to see. But yeah, that's kind of it for him. He is. Oh, I forgot to tell you his age. He's like vampires. He is immortal essentially, but in terms of actual age, he's only about like 300 like years old ish, 330, and that's extremely young for a demon. And a lot of the demon royals, they don't end up really maturing fully, or at least what they perceive as maturing fully, until they're like 1,000 years old. So he's extremely young for a demon. However, he is fully grown, and he does have the mentality of a like an adult. He just acts like a child because he is a little shit and he gets everything he wants. So he throws temper tantrums and the whole shebang because he's a little shit. Think like early aged like Draco Malfoy in Harry Potter. Like that type of little shittery is what he pulls because he's a little shit. But yeah. I know this is actually it's almost, in around the same range as the other videos, so I did pretty good. I just checked. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little Dollie introduction. If you have any questions about him or anything like that, feel free to comment down below, and I'll answer them. I'll let you know what he thinks about your question and answer the question in general. And yeah, as always, friends and family, I'll see you guys in the next one. Good night, everybody. See ya!